Hello everyone and welcome back to Freedom Through Confidence, where in today's video we're going to be talking about how to improve emotional intelligence and how to really master your emotions and start to get them under control. Now, it really should come as absolutely no surprise to you that a big part of confidence, and especially social confidence, is your degree of emotional intelligence. Because emotional intelligence, or emotional quotient, EI, EQ, however you want to call it, is very much to do with understanding and empathizing with other people's emotions. It is a huge part of being able to communicate effectively, and it is also very useful when it comes to overcoming challenges and just dealing with the day-to-day nuances of life. And whilst standard intelligence is taught in schools in varying ways, emotional intelligence is something that is very much left up to us to work with and improve on our own. And unlike simple math or science, there's no clear rule book for it. So in this video, I want to be giving you some very simple guidelines for how to develop your emotional intelligence so that you can go out there and start being more confident with your communication and in other areas of life as well. And really, when it comes to developing emotional intelligence, there is one way to go about it that I believe to be the most effective, and that is simply learning how to understand and relate to your own emotions. Because a big part of emotional intelligence is about being able to empathize with other people's emotions. You can't really do that if you are not on speaking terms, if you will, with your own emotional life. For example, you might find it difficult to understand why someone is in a low mood if you've never really been able to fully experience that yourself, because chances are you have gone through periods of low mood and sadness and things like that, but you might just not have spent the time actually exploring that feeling within yourself and what that experience actually is like for you. And what you'll oftentimes find with people who don't really go internal a lot, that don't pay attention to their own emotions, that try to crush it all down, and maybe they're just overly cynical and negative about everything, or maybe they're just overly optimistic and positive about everything. And what you tend to find is that they're not so good at relating to other people who aren't in their kind of monochrome worldview of emotions. So the key to overcoming that and making sure that you don't become that person is going internal and really experiencing your emotions. Now, there's a very big difference between just having emotions and actually experiencing them. These are two entirely different things. So let's take, for example, when you're feeling sad. Feeling sad is hugely different to actually experiencing your own sadness, because the experiencing side of it is more of an internal identification. You start to take notice of the thoughts that are going through your mind, what you might be feeling within your body, and where in the body you're feeling things like tension and pain and all these different things that make up the actual experience of the emotion, rather than just simply it being there and you're trying to ignore it or push it away or just hoping that it's all going to be over soon. And the thing with emotions is that if you don't stay present with them, if you don't give them the attention and the acceptance that they need, over time they're just going to keep growing and growing. And what you'll find is that you will build up almost emotional toxicity to the point where your emotions are starting to run out of control. And this can be especially dangerous with things like anger, for example, which I've made a video on a few weeks ago, so I will link that above in the little banner, and I'll also put it down in the description as well for you to check that out. Emotions can only be dealt with and understood when we choose to experience them and experience them with acceptance, not trying to change them, just trying to notice what it is that our emotions are telling us, because our emotions are always trying to send us some kind of message to let us know that either something is right or something is wrong, or we need to do something about whatever it is that's going on. Emotions are messengers from the unconscious, if you will, and if you just ignore them, they're just going to get louder and louder and louder. Whereas if you just accept that experience, listen to what they're trying to tell you, over time those emotions will fade. They will come back under your control. And through truly experiencing whatever that emotion is, you will find it so much easier to relate to other people who are going through the same thing. You'll be able to read them, if you will, a lot better, because you'll actually understand what is going on within them at a deeper level. Now, will you ever be able to 100% understand what's going on inside anyone's mind or with their emotions? Probably not, because we can't be mind readers. It's just not how it works. But we can get a good sense impression almost of what they're feeling like. And I don't want it to sound too esoteric, but more or less that's all emotional intelligence is. It's your ability to understand, relate to, and empathize with other people's emotions so that you can communicate more effectively and live and work together in a more harmonious way. And when you can exercise your emotional intelligence with a high level of skill, what you'll find is that social confidence and social situations become so much easier. And whilst you might never be able to relate 100% to what the person is going through at that particular time, whatever it is, whether it be something amazing or something terrible that's happened, you will be able to find something similar within your own emotional library that you can draw on, so that you can better relate to that person. Not 100%, but maybe 70, 80, 90% of the way. So really that is my number one tip for how to improve your emotional intelligence. It's all about going internal and truly experiencing your own emotions and addressing them with acceptance and love, so that in turn you will be able to better understand and relate to other people's emotions and communicate and live together more effectively as human beings. So I hope you have found that useful. If you have done, make sure to leave a like on the video, because it really helps to support the channel's growth and also to boost it within YouTube's algorithm so that it reaches more people and affects more people's lives. If you have any thoughts or any questions, make sure to leave them in the comment section down below, and I will make sure to reply to you as fast as possible. Of course, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel as well. Once again, thank you very much for making it all the way to the end of the video, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos here on this channel very soon.